Peace, peace, family. Peace, love, light of healing. Peace, love, light of healing. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Y'all climb on in. Climb on in, family. Peace, peace. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? I'm gonna let y'all climb on in the building. Shalom, shalom. Shalom alaikum. Hotep, hotep. Namaste, namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the whole entire African family. Y'all climb on in. Yes, most definitely. It's a wonderful day to be alive. So, I want to talk about the destructive nature of protein. You know, I got a lot of people emailing me, a lot of people inboxing me and asking me about proteins. And even though I talk about it a lot, I want to break it down to y'all from a biochemist perspective. That way y'all can actually look at it, you know, from my eyelids, how I view it, and the reason why I'm so against protein consumption. All right, y'all climb on in, climb on in. It's 2 in South Africa. Shouts out to South Africa. Peace, peace, goddess. How you doing? How you doing? So y'all climb on in, climb on in. Yes, today is a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Climb on in. I want to talk about the destructive nature of proteins. So in order to truly understand, and overstand what a protein is, you have to get the clinical scientific definition of a protein. A protein is a complex amino acid structure. All right. Yes, protein from meat. Protein from meat. Protein is a complex amino acid structure. And what I mean by complex amino acid structure, now you have to dive deep into what a amino acid is. And notice the key word to amino acid. So when you have a complex amino acid structures, that means you have many acids that's compacted into a chemical bond. You see that? And that's the reason why proteins is very acidic, because you have all these different acids that the body does not need, and therefore, since the body don't need it, the body cannot utilize it. And the unutilized amino acids inside the body become free radicals, and free radicals is a acidic particle that roams around at its free will in the body, just burning shit alive. You see what I'm saying? So whenever you look at a protein, we're talking about complex amino acid structures. Mind you, the amino acids that the animals need, they get their amino acids from all plant-based products. They get it from hay, get it from grass, get it from fruits. They get it from everything that comes from a plant. After they utilize what, because, you know, even the animals got to go through their metabolic process as well, right? So the animals eat the actual amino acids, not protein, but the animals eat the simple amino acids from their plants, and then they utilize it and they metabolize those amino acids. You then kill the animal and you eat the animal for proteins, which is complex amino acids that it already metabolized from the plants. So even when you're eating protein, you're not even getting the amino acids that you need, because it have already been utilized from the plant amino acids. I'm not going to call it plant proteins because there's no such thing as plant protein. From the plant amino acids that became protein from the animals eating it and going through its digestive tract or digestive process. So you're getting secondhand amino acids when you eat an animal, because the amino acids that the animal need and accumulated to even be able to survive and do its will here on earth, guess what you get it from? You actually getting it from, hold on, let me block somebody real quick. Let me block this weird ass nigga. He's blocked. So again, so you're literally getting that from the animal. So anytime you eat animal's flesh for proteins, you actually eating secondhand amino acid structures. Now again, you have to go back to the amino acid structure. A complex amino acid structure is what you call a protein. Right? A complex amino acid structures. The reason why it's complex is because they have too many different acids that's combined, and they call it an amino acid bind. These amino acid binds cannot be broken down or digested inside the body correctly. And let me show you. Now check this out. Say I eat a protein, right? I eat a hamburger. The first thing that's going to happen is my salivary or salivary glands is going to produce an alkaline. These are carbohydrates, alkaline secretion, right? They're made to break down fruits, and they're made to break down simple vegetables. This secretion is called amylose, right? And the other one is called trypsin. This is actually produced by my salivary glands inside my mouth. True digestion takes first place, or takes its first process in the mouth. So the moment you eat a fruit, or the moment you eat a simple vegetable and you start chewing on it, you start getting all this watery secretion that comes from the salivary glands. This watery secretion is called amylose or trypsin. This is actually made to start breaking down your carbohydrates, or what you call fruits and vegetables, in the mouth. This is not made for anything else but carbohydrates, or what you call fruits and vegetables. So the moment you eat a piece of meat, you automatically don't even get that breakdown once you get it in the mouth. So then it goes down your esophagus. Inside of your esophagus, you have over 150 mucus glands that secrete mucus to start helping you break. And these are alkaline, because remember, we have to understand that the mucous membrane, or the mucosa membrane, is an alkaline lipid fluid, what they call lymph fluid. This is alkaline. So then this actually wraps around the food, and it's further trypsin inside of there that helps you break down the carbohydrates. Mind you, you're eating carbohydrates. We're not talking about protein, because protein is not able to be broken down by trypsin and amylose. So you already skipping the process of digestion already just by eating animals' flesh and eating the byproducts of animals like milk, dairy, and things like this, because all these things are complex amino acids. Complex means many. It's very many acids. Amino acids is where you get DNA from. DNA is made up of amino acids. These amino acids are very acidic. When it's complex, that means you have too many of them. So now notice you have all these different alkaline secretions showing you that you're only supposed to be eating alkaline food. So you first eat this food. And we just talk about fruit, then I'm going to go through it from the protein way that it's going to blow your mind. So I eat a fruit. I eat a piece of fruit. Next thing you know, I start chewing this fruit. To further break down that fruit, my salivary glands is going to start producing amylose. Then amylose is going to trip the thyroid and trip the hypothalamus campus. Then it's going to start producing what you call trypsin. Trypsin then start breaking down this food. Then I follow this fruit. I swallow this fruit. As this fruit is following through the esophagus to go to the stomach acid, I have about 150, 175 mucus glands that's going to wrap these fruits, or wrap these simple vegetables up with trypsin again to keep breaking it down. By the time it hit my stomach, when it hit my stomach, the hydrochloric acid in my stomach, since the food is already broken down and the food is already watery, it doesn't need to trip on pepsin and pepsinogen and stuff like that. So it don't yield a large amount of acidity from my stomach to even break it down. So this thing is only going to stay in my stomach for about 20 minutes. Then what happens is the pyloric sphincter is going to open up, and then this fruit actually goes into what you call the duodenum, the duodenum. Inside the duodenum, you have a pancreas. The pancreas tail actually ends up in the duodenum, and you have 4,000 enzymic reactions. Inside of this, you got trypsin again, and you have something called bicarbonate. Bicarbonate is what you call baking soda. It's a natural baking soda that is produced by the pancreas that actually wraps on your food to further break it down to keep it alkaline. Then once it's broken down in the stomach, it's actually get absorbed through something called blood capillaries through the villi of the duodenum. Simple digestion, right? That is what you call complete full digestion. Now it's time to absorb inside of the duodenum. It goes to the bloodstreams. Then your cells eat it. Your cells poop these things out. The lymphatic system pick it up. Then you excrete all the metabolic waste through your urine, and all of the big leftovers, you poop it out through the intestines by way of the colon and the rectum, right? Now that's what you do with fruits, because the body is made to eat alkaline foods. So it goes through a very, very simplistic digestive process. Now let me show you how you do. Let me show you how your body work when you eat proteins, or what you call acidic foods. All right. Now, say I eat a piece of meat. I chew on that meat. I can't break that meat and chew it all the way down, because I don't have the teeth to truly chew and grind this meat up into a watery substance like you can do fruit or like you can do vegetables, right? Not only that, the amylose and the trypsin that's actually produced by my salivary or salivary glands is not made to break down these many amino acid compounds. So what it does is it neutralizes literally the protein and the acids. Remember, I was talking to y'all yesterday about how protons, which is electric, and not only electric, but which is acidic, it tries to borrow a negative positive charge from an electrolyte or from an electron or from an alkaline or alkali. This is the same thing that happens. So when you have an overwhelming amount of complex acids, or what we're going to call amino acids, or what they call protein, and you're chewing it in the mouth, it overweighs and it outweighs the actual trypsin and the amylose, which is alkaline secretions that's being produced by the mouth. So it overweighs it, so it neutralizes the actual trypsin and the actual amylose. So you neutralizing the actual alkaline secretions inside of your mouth. And this is where you get rotten teeth from, bad teeth, bad breath, cavities. That's too many acids in your mouth that's starting to break down your teeth and strip your teeth of all the enamel. See that a lot of this stuff come from protein eating and eating, high meat diets and stuff like that, because you don't have that alkaline agent, trypsin and amylose, to be produced anymore to heal the mouth or to break down your fruits and your vegetables. You see that? Because you want to eat protein and eat meat. So now you done neutralize that. So there is no breaking down in the mouth. Then you swallow that piece of meat that you didn't chew all the way, because it's impossible to fully chew meat because you're not a meat eater. Now the amylose and the trypsin is not working to break down these acids. So it's been neutralized. Now you swallow these things, and 150 to 175 glands you have that's going to secrete mucus inside of the esophagus is still going to do its job and wrap on it. But remember, when you have too many acids and acid meets mucus, what happens? Calcium got to come in. So now calcium come in and you're starting to calcify the complex amino acid structures that they call protein inside the body. So now it's been wrapped and it's been complex. You done complicated the digestive process more, and you haven't even broken down the protein because the alkaline secretion, amylose and trypsin that you actually produce in your mouth can't break it down anyway. So then it passes through something called the cardiac sphincter. The cardiac sphincter is a little door that separates the top of the stomach, the fungus of the stomach, from the actual esophagus, right? The reason why it's called cardiac sphincter is because it's close to your heart. Cardiac sphincter just means to constrict or to dilate or to open. That's where you get sphincter from, like the Sphinx that's in Egypt, right? It closes off something. So now the cardiac sphincter opens up due to magnesium, and then this actual protein goes inside the stomach. Now remember what I said with the fruit. With the fruit, you didn't need high yield of hydrochloric acid because you already had digested the food through amylose and trypsin and through the different mucosa glands that's in your esophagus, right? So now you put this stuff in your stomach and it's too hard to break down. So now what happens is hydrochloric acid and mucus start mixing up in the stomach. This then creates something called pepsin. Pepsin then converts itself into pepsinogen. Pepsinogen is a very, very, very hot heated acid that's in the stomach. So now you already producing too much acid that your body don't even need, and it's trying to break down this protein, or what you call this complex amino acid structure. So then it starts breaking away a little bit, but it can never break it fully away because it's too complex. It's too complex, and you don't have that amount of high acidity in your stomach to even break this stuff down in the first place, right? So now, even though the hydrochloric acid and the pepsin and pepsinogen inside the stomach sac did not even break this food down properly, it's going to go through the pyloric sphincter. The pyloric sphincter, pyloric bile duct duodenum, is the door that actually opens up into the duodenum or the duodenum. Sphincter just means door, right? So now it goes into the 9-inch duodenum where all of the absorption factor happens at, right? Now, let me show you. Remember, the tail of the pancreas and then the gallbladder is literally connected to the actual duodenum. So now the body is going to recognize fats. Now, the body is only supposed to recognize fats and omega fats and stuff from nuts, because we can't eat nuts like Brazilian nuts and walnuts and stuff like that. But the moment that the gallbladder and the liver realize that it's not really fat, what happens is the liver start producing too much bile, and then it goes inside of the gallbladder. So now the gallbladder got to secrete hella bile inside the duodenum because you're dealing with all of the greasy fats from the meat. Not only that, remember that pancreas tail? Now the pancreas tail got to produce a lot of different bicarbonate and a lot of different trypsin because it's trying to bring the pH of all of those acids back up. Now, let's just say your regular meat. Your regular meat is probably on we say roughly a 2.5 on a potential hydrogen scale, which is very, very hot. And I'm going to show you why it's hot. Whenever you're dealing with biochemistry and you're dealing with the electrical magnetic, or what you call potential hydrogen spectrum, 2. Let's say 2 is 10,000 degrees, right? 10,000 degrees hot. To get to 3, once you get to 3, that goes to 100,000 degrees. Once you get to 100 degrees, it keeps going up. It goes up. So you got 100 degrees, then 100 degrees jump up to 10,000 degrees. The 10,000 degrees jump up to 100,000 degrees. So literally, just to get this thing back up to alkalinity, it got to go 7 steps, because you had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got to go 5 more levels. And remember, each level 10,000, 10,000. You see that each level you got to go up a different spectrum on the actual alkaline scale. So you producing all of this bile, from the actual, or what they call biobasal salts, from the liver to the gallbladder, plus you're producing all this trypsin and bicarbonate from the pancreas just to turn this acidic ash, which it can't be turned for real, just to bring it back neutral for it can go in the bloodstream, because if it go in the bloodstream acidic, you would die. So before that absorption happened in that little small 9-inch intestinal tract, and all the microbiota, or what we call the good bacteria, pick up all of the different phytonutrients from these acids and put it in the bloodstream to drop it off to the cell, it have to make the pH balance match the blood, because if it don't match the blood, you would die within minutes. You would literally die within minutes from acidosis. Now check this out. So in order to do that, the body literally have to work 10,000 times over just to make that acid neutralize and become alkaline for you can absorb it. But the body can't do that. The body can't utilize that fat. So what it does, it stores that fat up on the liver. See that? Because you're not dealing with regular omega acids, fatty acids that you get from nuts. You dealing with oil acid that you cooked at high temperature. You dealing with the lipids from an animal. You see that? It can't bring that acid into the blood, and it can't neutralize it, even though it's producing so much bicarbonate and so much trypsin. So what it does, because it can't go into the bloodstream, so that shit just literally sits inside the duodenum, and it starts bringing mucus secretions and calcium. And this is where you get mucinoid plaque from. So peep this, you never even digested the protein. You've been thinking you've been digesting the protein, and you haven't. You've been digesting the little small amino acids that was broken off when it was inside of your stomach, dealing with the hydrochloric acid, right? You see what I'm saying? So now you're only getting pieces of amino acids, and it's stimulating your muscle growth. And it's giving you this false narrative that you really got energy when you really don't, because all of that stuff is sitting inside of your duodenum, just collecting calcium and crystallizing. So now you're crystallizing uric acid, you're crystallizing all these complex amino acids, and it never really even going through circulations. And the small pieces that did break off that went through circulation, the body gonna pass it and give it to the kidneys. The kidneys can't process it. So now the kidneys become inflamed, and the kidney starts swelling up. Now, since that mucus gonna reach the kidneys, because the mucus gonna try to put out the fire. So now you have all type of nephritis, titus, and you got all types of kidney diseases, and dialysis starts setting in. Then remember, this fat is bad, and it's now starting to store on the liver. So the liver gonna want to get rid of the fat. So the liver get rid of the fat, the fat inside the bloodstream. So now you get diabetes, because all of the sugars that come from all the foods you've been eating can't pass through the cell, because you got lipids and you got oils covering the cells. And now insulin can't even penetrate the cells to drop off glucose, because it got lipid fats and oils on it from the food that you've been eating. See that? Look, if you really look at protein on any level, there is nothing good about protein. And when I mean protein, I mean anything that comes from an animal. That's including eggs, that's including milk, that's including anything that come from an animal. The proteins in it is impossible to be broken down by your biochemical makeup. And that's the reason why these proteins is messing us up, because you cannot fully digest the protein, because you don't have none of the alkaline enzymes to digest this protein. You don't have none of the physiological aspects to break down and digest this protein. You don't have the high acidity or hydrochloric acid inside your stomach sac to even break down these proteins, nor do you have the bicarbonate that you need, nor the trypsin from the pancreas to break down these proteins, nor do you have the bile or basal salts that's produced by the liver that's stuck inside the gallbladder to even break down these fats. Nothing inside of your body can break down proteins. So what if the body cannot break it down and the body can't use it? The body have a way of storing shit up. So it just start putting stuff in pockets everywhere. Then you start seeing lipids swole. Now you start seeing your skin starts pooping on itself, or you start seeing tumors form and big old cysts form everywhere, because it don't know what to do with all the lipids and all the proteins. Mucus is going to steady come and try to heal the day. When mucus come, you already know magnesium coming. If magnesium coming, calcium monotriphosphate got to come. So now you crystallizing and you calcifying these meats, and you calcifying these complex amino acid structures that you call protein. Calcium and acids and mucus do not go good together. And that's the reason why you put people on herbs and you put them on all fruit diets, and they have tons and tons of plaque, mucinoid plaque that's shaped like their intestines that comes through their anus, because that was all protein that could not be utilized by the body. Now, guess what happens to the body if you can't get that stuff out? Guess what happens? It starts to break down and corrode the cells. Do you know what a broken down corroded cell is called? Huh? In clinical trials, we call that cancer. A pathologist will biopsy that cell, and he will put that cell under a microscope glass. And once he actually measured the integrity of that cell, and if he see any type of pathological entity inside of that cell, and that cell is then actually missing 66% of its oxygen, you are clinically diagnosed with cancer off of the protein that you have eaten. All cancer is protein related. All diseases is protein related. If you check your IgG for herpes, guess what? IgG stands for glycoprotein. You check your diabetes, glycoprotein. You check any disease that you have, it's all associated with protein consumption because your body is not made for protein. Protein is a damn myth. It's a lie. You don't need protein. You need simple amino acid structures. You don't need complex amino acid structures, which they stupidly call protein, because you are a simplistic single cell organism called a prokaryotic cell that produces prokaryotes. You're not a eukaryotic cell. You don't produce eukaryotes. You don't. So you need simple food to survive and to rebuild your physiological structure. And protein is not energetic at all, y'all. It's very acidic. It sits at a 2.5 on the potential hydrogen scale, meaning it's super acidic. It brings you into a state of acidosis, y'all. Y'all see that? So yeah, that's the destructive side of protein. Very, 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 very destructive. Very destructive. Who else in here tripping? I see somebody saying, girl, shut up. We got a block of heifer up in here. Hold on, where she at? Let me block her ass too. That's right. Cancer equals acidosis. That's right. Yeah, let me block this heifer. Let me block her ass too. All right, the heifer's blocked. It's probably the government on here trolling. All the people that's on here talking shit don't got no picture and only got 2 followers. It ain't nothing but the government. Now, if y'all got any questions whatsoever, y'all can ask them. Any questions whatsoever, y'all can ask them. And don't let these people, throw y'all off, y'all. It ain't nothing but the damn government, man. That's all they do. Be on here troll my Instagram, troll my Facebook. That's what they do. She don't know what she talking about. Cancer is cellular growth. That shit sounds retarded. Cancer is cellular growth. Cancer don't even grow. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Your cancer spread. Your cancer ain't spread. It's in the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is systematic, meaning it's from head to toe. It's from head to toe. So if it's in the lymphatic system, it's going to so-called spread because we're trying to get it to the lymph nodes. Your cancer spread. It was in the breast and now it's under the armpits. That's where it needs to be because that's where my lymph nodes at to break down the cancerous cells. These people don't know what they be talking about. Probably ain't never healed a damn thing in their life. All right, where we go? It says, or nuts and chickpeas okay. Nuts and chickpeas are okay if you sprouting your chickpeas and you eating your chickpeas raw. Nuts are okay if you eating Brazilian nuts and if you eating walnuts and you're not eating them all the time. The chickpeas have high phytic acid in it. Nuts have so many complex amino acids in it. So I don't recommend you eat nuts like that all the time. Now, the fats in the nuts, the omegas, you do need. You do need those, but you can get those to just eating a few nuts every so often. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think about that. Spirulina, I stay away from the spirulina and just keep sticking to the sea moss, the club moss, the kelp, the dose, and stuff like that. And of course the bladderwrack, the focus. I wouldn't really do spirulina. The more and more we check spirulina, we see as all the bacteria inside of it. You really don't need that overpopulation of bacteria, especially C bacteria from the spirulina. Can you eat veggies detoxing herpes? No. If you're trying to detox herpes, you need to be on an all fruit diet. Veggies have high arginine in them. You do not need to be dealing with the amino acid arginine if you're trying to heal from herpes, because that's going to feed the herpes. That's going to feed the parasite, or what you call the creepy crawler. What else we got? Mom building fluids in her lungs. She have kidney issues and took the jab. Damn. They got her on oxygen and all types of meds. They're gonna have to pump them fluids out of her lungs. If not, it's gonna start tracting and start ending up in tissues, and then she's gonna become extremely edemic. The kidney issues, the reason why she's building up fluid because her kidneys is not processing off all the excessive water that's building up in her system. So you're gonna have to go after the kidneys, open up the kidneys. The only way you can do that is on an all fruit diet. I don't recommend you giving her water all day because that's gonna swell her up anymore and she can drown. And I don't recommend you giving her too much juice either. So I say put her on an all fruit diet and leave the liquids aside for now. Plus she got the jab. The jab is a whole nother story. We talking about nanobot technology. We talking about luciferase. We talking about all types of stuff with that jab. I do have a DVAX kit on my website though, so you need to put her on the geogenetic therapeutic package level 1, and she's on all type of meds. Like, you going for real, your mama got so much stuff going on, God, you got to set up a consultation. How much is your consultation? A consultation to talk to me is $750. A consultation to talk to any of my associates or the wives on the website is $100. And I taught them very, very well. Kawhi and Aniyah do know a lot, so pay the $100. Or if you want to talk to me directly, that's $750. Green fruits cleanse the same as sweet fruits. No, green fruits do not cleanse the same as sweet fruits. I would like for you to change that up. You should have said citric acid fruits. Does they clean the same as sweet fruits? Because you mixing colors with the actual functioning of the fruits. All fruits and all colors and based off the acid and alkaline spectrum of that fruit have a different type of process when it comes to the body. Fallopian tube blockage. We got to find out what's blocking the fallopian tubes. Is it acids? Is it coagulation of proteins and cells? Is it too much estrogen? Is it the corpus luteum that's produced on the ovaries every year that have stuck to the cellular wall? Is it the endometrium lining of the cervix? You know, so, I mean, versatile bank, that's a very, very broad question, Queen. So you need to book a consultation. Do you know what causes small indents in the forehead? I woke up with one. You probably got too much pressure, lymphatic pressure building up, which is swelling your head up or swelling your face up, and you know it's leaving impressions in your head. Usually when you can press in and you see a dent that don't go away, that means you are holding too much water because you have too much acids built up in the body. And acids need water to compensate, to bring in a balance of homeostasis. So usually when the body is accumulating water, like a edema, and you're not getting rid of the water, you're too acidic. And that's where you see impressions and dents and stuff that's not leaving. Why lack of bowel movement when on an all fruit diet? Because you are intestinally backed up, and this happened a lot where you intestinally backed up, and usually this happened inside of the descending colon. So if you probably got all shit packed up in the ascending colon and the transverse colon, but between that descending colon and that sigmoid colon, you probably not moving a lot. I suggest that you really do a colon massage on yourself. Do a colon massage. If you don't know how to do it, go to my website, www.yakiawaken.com. Click on the education tab, click on document downloads, and download the colon massage example and follow that example, and you can push that poop out. But that happened a lot because a lot of us is backed up interstitially. I'm glad you just talked about the bowel movement, because that's everything I'm talking about now. When you live your whole life on a protein diet and you have all that muconoid plaque backed up in the colon, I don't care how many fruits you get on, it's going to take a while for all of that agglomulation and coagulation to be broken up by the H3O2, that water constituents from your fruit, to hydrate and break these things up to actually get that poop really moving, because you have crystallized uric acid just sitting inside the bowel duct. That sometimes can take a while to break up. Or you can get on my digestive, like get my 3 bitters. My 3 bitters will make you move. I don't care how backed up you is. Get on them 3 bitters, you gonna move. How beneficial is liquid chlorophyll? Liquid chlorophyll is very, very beneficial. I don't like the fact that they're now isolating the chlorophyll from the chloroplasts out of the plant. So when you actually isolate chlorophyll, it becomes a drug, and chlorophyll depends on chloroplasts. Chloroplasts depends on melanin and have a buffering system. So whenever you start isolating chemistry and playing God, there's always a byproduct that's produced from it where you have to pay. When you play God, you got to pay for violating nature. So chlorophyll by itself, I don't recommend. Chlorophyll inside a plant, holistically, I do recommend. Is soy really bad? Soy is very, very bad for you. Soy is an iron phosphate inhibitor. Soy literally stops iron phosphate from continuing through the bloodline and bringing oxygen to the body. Not only that, soy is full of estrogen and estrogen. Estrogen and estrogen makes male very feminine, and it also throw off your balance through your hormone chemistry, and it stops you from producing pregnenolone and progesterone, and this do cause all types of endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It swells up and inflames your whole entire reproductive organs, and it attacks it literally attacks your pituitary gland, which is over the male and the female reproductive system. So stay far away from soy as possible. I have seen people use organic soy to bring bacteria in the body, but then you got to cleanse all of it out. So stay away from soy as much as possible as you can. Can you eat dates while detoxing? Yes, I love dates. Dates will give you a lot of good energy too, and it's full of fructose, or what you call monosugars or monosaccharides. It's rice and bread out. Depends on the rice. If you're going to eat all raw rice, make sure it's called forbidden rice or forbidden grass, which is black rice. Bread should be completely out. Bread should be completely out. Hey, Jay, tell them what we do to our bread.
Take it off.
We take our bread off. Straight up. If we go get a mushroom burger or something like that, make it bunless. Wrap that shit up in some lettuce. That's what we try to stay away from bread as much as possible. Do I still eat spelt here and there? Yes, I do. But spelt give me fat. It give me super fat for some reason. So I be trying my hardest to stay away from that. And spelt is very, very, very mucus forming. Bread is complex carbohydrates. Just like complex amino acid structures, or what we call protein, is bad for you. Complex carbohydrates or complex saccharides, polysaccharides, is very bad for you as well. Do you ever talk about prostate cancer? I got plenty of videos on prostate cancers, 405 still. Is it that too much iodine? What is too much iodine? Too much iodine is what? I don't know what you mean by that question. You always bring knowledge. Thank you. I'll thank you. How to get rid of gout. What is gout? Gout is nothing but calcification. Calcium mixing with what? Calcium mixing with unutilized minerals, and calcium mixing with what? Acids. Get rid of the acids. Get your adrenal glands back online. Get that thyroid back working in that parathyroid, so you can produce parathyroxine and parathyromone. You will get rid of the calcification. You can do that with hydration. Go on an all fruit diet for 30 days and get my geogenetic therapeutic package level 1. That'll get rid of that gout. Sarsaparilla, can you take it if you have kidney and liver issues? Yes, you can. Sarsaparilla is very, very good for the kidneys and the liver. And sarsaparilla is one of your roots, especially from Jamaica, that have, in Honduras, have high amounts of iron phosphate. So they bring a lot of oxygen to the body. What herbs should you use for Parkinson's? And are you going to save this video, brother? I save all of my videos. If you see a video that ain't saved, that mean they took it down. I ain't never not saved a video, y'all. I wish y'all quit asking me that. But God, for Parkinson's disease, you're dealing with a neurological disease, and usually you're dealing with something called amyloid protein on the brain. Amyloid protein actually corrupts and corrodes the cerebral spinal fluid that's inside the cranium nerves, and it messes with the neurological pathways in the brains, and that's where you get the tickering from, because the acids literally starts to eat away at the nervous system. So whenever you got any type of neurological diseases, I really, really, really recommend that you eat all fruit diets, high in berries, high in antioxidants and oxygenators, to really, really bring that vitality to the body. Anytime you need to regenerate the nervous system, high berry diets, high berry diets, and the geogenetic therapeutic package level 2 for that. We done healed Parkinson's probably like 12 times already. What else we got? Can you eat seaweed? Because apparently he have some fish property. Apparently it have fish properties in it. What you mean by that? It's seaweed. Fish eat seaweed. So I don't know what you mean by that. Seaweed is literally a herb or plant of the sea. High in calcium, high in all the different minerals you need. Seaweed is very good for you. Particularly nori. Nori is very good for you. Fruit juice. What about fruit juice? Fruit juice is what I recommend. How do you eat to build muscle? You got to ask the gorilla the same thing. First, you got to cleanse out your stomach. You know, I talked about the 4 pillars of foundation to the kingdom, and that was absorption. For first one was digestion, the second one was absorption, the third one was utilization, and then the fourth one was elimination. You can't build muscle if your absorption factor is messed up. You have to fix the absorption problem. You have to cleanse the gut. You have to cleanse the duodenum. You got to get that lymphatic system moving. You got to make sure the blood maintains its pH balance of 7.45. You got to get all the mucus, excessive mucus out of the body. Once you absorb correctly, you'll start seeing that you can build muscle off of all fruits, y'all. We done seen it done too many times. What else, man? Y'all asking so many questions. It says, any insight on skin rashes and itching and flare-ups? You got skin rashes, that means your skin is taking a shit. The reason why your skin is taking a poop is because you are backed up interstitially and you're backed up digestively. You have something called macro digestion and you have micro digestion. Whenever you see your skin have rashes and your skin starts breaking out like that, it's called a fontanelle, alternative route of elimination. That means you're not eliminating the correct way, so your skin, which is your largest organ on your body, and its absorption factor plus a exhalatory factor, it's going to take a poop for you. Your skin is your third kidney on your body. So you have to make sure that your body is working properly. If not, then your skin is going to take the hit. So if you got rashes, that's a good thing. At least your skin still work. Clean up your digestive tract. Make sure you get that lymphatic system moving. Make sure them kidneys are filtering. Get your neurological aspect back online, or what we call the adrenal glands, and start cleaning all of them intestinal poop up out of your intestines, y'all. You can get that with my 3 bitters. You can get that with my tonics. I mean, there's so many things on everything on my site promotes pooping. Everything on my site. So go on a cleanse. I suggest you get my geogenetic therapeutic level 1, and you go on an all fruit diet. Peace. I know a few teens with HPV, both male and female. What do you recommend? You're dealing with warts. Hepatitis virus, you're dealing with warts. That's the cousin to herpes. You're dealing with warts. You're dealing with a Fasciolopsis buski worm. So you're dealing with a parasite. You need to go on a parasite cleanse, all fruit diet, and you need geogenetic level 2 when you're dealing with HPV. It's no different from HSV. It's all in the same family group, and you're dealing with a Fasciolopsis buski fluke worm. Same worm. The worm traveled to the thymus gland, they're going to call it HIV. The worm traveled to the pancreas, they're going to call it diabetes mellitus, hyperglycemia. You see what I'm saying? The worm travel and start breaking off bits and pieces into the tips of the fingernails. They're going to call it toenail fungus and all these. You're dealing with parasites. It's all parasites. Most of your STDs are parasitics and acids mixed together. That's all it is. We got to quit looking at it as an STD. I hate that word. Just like I hate the word cancer. Disease is an illusion. You pissing out razor blades is not an STD. You're pissing out acids. That's why it burns, and that's why it feels like razor blades. You then go to there and give them the symptoms. They say, well, you have an STD. Then you ask what the STD is. They say gonorrhea. You check the gonorrhea. That's a bacteria. Oh, so I have a parasite. Let's just call it what it is. But we can get rid of the spookism here. You know what I'm saying? It's a big ass spookism that's throwing us off. And you literally think you can lay down with somebody and they can give you this whole different entity. No, it's already within you. If your lymphatic system was cleansed and you had sex and she had HIV, but you have an open lymphatic system, guess what you're not getting? You're not getting HIV because it's going to go through the body. You probably have 2 nights of coughing. You probably have a sore throat for a week, but then you get rid of it because your meridian pathways is open. You see that? Your sewage system actually works. Like the health industry is full of shit, y'all. They don't know what they talking about, and then the ones do know what they talking about. To make their money, they play and act like they don't know what they talking about. All these different lies, y'all. It's all about acids in the body. Let's look. Fuck STDs. Fuck this big word cancer. Fuck all these different lupus and all these fake immune disorders. Look, we have to get out of that illusion. Let the allopathic community keep all these different names and shit. They want them names so bad, let them keep it. We have to start being real here. You're dealing with acidosis. That's why you're hurting. That's why you piss in razor blades. That's why it burns when you urinate. You see that? That's acidosis. That's cancer. That's what's burning the cell, and the cell cannot, regenerate itself. That's acids that's doing that. That's acids that's growing these tissues inside of your reproductive organs. That's acids. You bald head and you can't grow hair because acids is burning your hair out his head. That's acids. That's acids and mucus in your eyes. The reason why you can't see, you got cataracts. That's acids, and then the response is a mucosal response. We dealing with acid and alkaline. We dealing with 2 sides of chemistry. We're not dealing with no damn diseases. There's no such thing. We're only dealing with cause and effect, the terrain, cause and effect. If you put acids in your body, a mucosal response is going to respond. When acids mix with mucus because you refuse to fast and change your diet into a livid, this is what creates dis-ease. All dis-ease is the blocking of electrical magnetic energy in the cells. If the meridian pathways is not open and energy cannot flow, you have a symptom. You go to the doctor, they call these symptoms diseases based off the location. They give you medicine. These chemicals is what kills you. It is not the disease. Your body is capable of healing itself. You just don't know how to rest and fast. That's it. That is it. Asthma. There's no such thing as asthma. You have too much mucus and inflammatory response built up in the bronchial tubes. No such thing as it. Get rid of the mucus, the excessive mucus buildup. Get rid of the dairy products that causes all this excessive mucus buildup because it's acidic. You'll get rid of the actual asthma. If you want to heal the lungs, you have mullein root leaf, you have coat's foot, you have all types of things that open up the bronchial pathways for you can draw in that breath. Like Man, the Matrix done did some shit to us, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie. It done programmed the hell out of us. Like, we throwing all these diseases out, and that's the reason why I still use them, because I know that's the only way y'all identify with them. But for those that's been listening to me for over these last 10 years, y'all should know there is no such thing as dis-ease. Only dis-ease that exists inside of this humanoid body is when the flow of energy or electrical magnetic frequency cannot flow properly through the meridian pathways. That's all dis-ease is. And usually that's because you have a cationic environment. You got too many damn proteins and acids in your body. Get rid of the acids, get rid of these so-called proteins, or what you call complex amino acids. Notice all of your sicknesses go away. All of your discomfort go away. Y'all are burning alive. That's what's happening. That's what you're feeling. That's pain. It's when your nerves is burning. So they send a signal and it puts you in a state of fight or flight. Cortisol then gets released from the adrenal glands and dumps itself into the blood. Epinephrine and neuroepinephrine and adrenaline have a response. These response causes you symptoms. These symptoms is you go to the doctor and they say, well, where's the location? Oh, it's in your head, cephasitis. Oh, it's in your lungs, bronchitis. Oh, it's in the colon, colontitis. Oh, it's in the intestinal tract. You see that? It's the game. It's the Matrix. We're in a game, y'all. We're in a stimulation. It's all bullshit, propaganda. They don't know what the hell they talking about. They're feeding you guys lies and you're dying from the treatment. Dying from the treatment. And I want to do a segment too on Tracy Braxton, R.I.P. to the goddess. They say, look, the dumbest thing I ever, they said she lost her battle with cancer. She didn't lose her battle with cancer. Y'all killed her. What the fuck are y'all talking about? The allopathic, the doctors killed her. You killed her with the chemotherapy. You gave her war weapons. You gave her a biological weapon called chemotherapy, mustard gas, that they used in German to drop on people in war. At the Bergin Council, when they locked up the Nazis and stuff like that, they tried to ban it. The Nazis end up selling that agent to Henry Kissinger and David Rockefeller. David Rockefeller then start implementing that shit into the hospitals for chemotherapy. That's what killed her. I ain't never seen cancer kill nobody, because there's no such thing as cancer. I've never seen it kill anybody. We're talking about a damaged cells. Niggas got damaged cells every day, B. You got damaged cells going on right now. Guess what's happening? Serotonin and melatonin is pushing these things out. You have bowels and things that's being released from the liver, from the kidneys. You have acetylcholinesterase, acetylcholine that's opening and dilating the lymphatic system. So then you go urine and you pee these so-called damaged cells out. It's damaged cells. All cancer is damaged cells. Everybody on this live, all 600 people on this live have damaged cells in their body as we speak right now. So that means everybody got cancer then? All cancer is when the cell is past a point of no return. Who gives a shit? The cell gonna die off in a few days and regenerate itself anyway. We have to quit letting these people teach us. We gotta quit letting these people teach us, y'all. It's killing us. Ain't nobody died of cancer. You dying from the pharmaceutical companies. That's what you dying from. You're dying from the allopathic treatment of cancer. That's what you're dying from. Facts. Facts. The biggest cartel in the world is the pharmaceutical companies. That's who killing us. That's who murdering us. And then the damn news and the education systems is their right-hand man teaching us how to be programmed to believe everything that these people say is the truth when it's not. You are in the Matrix. These are facts of the matter. The body lacks oxygen. Cancer. Anytime the body lacks oxygen, it lacks electrolytes. Anytime it lacks electrolytes, it lacks the proper flow of electricity and magnetism. Anytime it lacks that, this is what you call a damaged cell, because corrosion set into place. Cause and effect. That's it. What goes up must come down. We're talking about karma here. You can't just be inside this reality, violate nature, and don't think nature gonna violate your ass. It's the part of the law. It's cosmic law. Cosmic law, family. That's all. Yes, pharmacy. Look up pharmacy in Hebrew. Pharmakia. Straight mean witchcraft. Then if you go into these CVS's and you go to the Walgreens, notice the big ass witch bowl with the broom and bro, they straight putting y'all under spells. And y'all believe in this stuff. And that's the reason why they trying to kill me and want to lock up my bank account and want to cut my brakes and stuff like that, because we are uncovering the veil. We uncovering a bullshit. Wheatgrass cool. Thank you, brother. Wheatgrass cool, but wheatgrass is for, it's for herbivores. You're not an herbivore, you're a frugivore. So, I mean, you can eat it from here and there. I wouldn't eat it too much because you're a frugivore, you're not an herbivore. What else we got? What else we got up in this deal? God bless. Oh, bless all of y'all. What can you use to cleanse your fruits and your vegetables? Use a food grade hydroperoxide to cleanse them, and get a brush off of Amazon. I'm gonna start selling that stuff too. All right, y'all. I'm finna get up out of here, y'all. I just want to get on here and rap with y'all for a minute. Bless y'all. I love y'all. Just wanted to show y'all the very, very destructive side of protein, the destructive nature of protein. We finna get to it. Out of town, working as usual, doing my thing. May the 7th, San Diego, California, Risen Black Messiah Alliance. You know, straight up Liberation and Health Conference is going down. Don't meet me there, beat me there. The flyer be made this weekend. The Eventbrite and the tickets will be on sale. The tickets is going to be higher this time because the location we at and the experience we offering, and also the ticket is going to include its food price this time. So we learned from last time. Last time we just sold the ticket and then sold the food. So this time the food price is going to actually be inside of the ticket price. Jeremiah, shalom, brother. When you coming to Cleveland? I'll be to Cleveland next week, bro. I'll be there to you. I got you, brother. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you when I get off this live. All right. So the Eventbrite will be done by Monday. Man, this is gonna be powerful. We finna have African drums. We finna have a woman there playing the harp. We're gonna have sound healing. It's gonna be like this seminar. And it's at the World Beat Center. Shouts out to Mama Makita. Shouts out to Joseph. Like, this is finna be powerful. And I'll actually get to be in my garment this time. My garment wasn't ready for me last time, so I couldn't wear it. That's the reason why y'all see me in the all black at the last seminar. But I'm finna be in my element, you know what I'm saying? Around my people, you know, just really inside of the music, the drum, the African drums is gonna lead us in. Look, this finna be, we're gonna do some breath work before we start the actual conference. This is gonna be powerful. It's only going to be 600 tickets for sale, y'all. It's only going to be 600 tickets for sale. They will sell out. Y'all see how they sold out in Atlanta. So they will sell out fast. So as soon as y'all see that link go up, you know, get on there and buy it. Yes, we're going to be coming to Chicago. Yes, we coming to Texas. We coming to all these places. I have to check out the places, and my security team got to check the building out before we actually solidify it. That's the reason why, you know, it's happening the way it is. Because, you know, I'm not saying I'm the most hated person out here, but people do want to hurt me. So we got to make sure that the buildings make sense. We got to make sure that it's close to interstates. We got to make sure that all of this stuff makes sense before we actually book the buildings. They got to be looked at. We got to check out everything. If it's not conducive and I don't feel safe, then we just ain't going to that shit. And that's the reason why we got to do it date by date, city by city. I just can't give y'all 15 cities where we going to. Well, I can give y'all the cities, but I can't give y'all the dates nor the places because they have to pass inspection, you know, from me and the team first before we say it's a go. That's it. How can I get the tickets? The tickets will be on eventbrite.com Monday. I got Kawhi setting everything up now. So Jay going to be working on a flyer. When you going to get the flyer done, Jay? The flyer be done this weekend, so we all good. We all good. Hey, I want y'all say something, man. This is my graph. He do all of my media, y'all. Everything. All of them dope videos y'all see. All of the different recordings y'all see of me. I mean, literally, he working on something right now. Say what up to Jay.
Peace, y'all. What it do? Oh, you up there, 505. You got everybody online. Peace, y'all. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. Come to Canada. Okay.
So all the different, everything y'all see that's being done, all the visuals is from him. Everything. So, you know what I'm saying? Most definitely get shouts out to Jay God, man. Jay Son. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him, too. How can they follow you, Jay?
Official _ Jason. JAE _SUN. Official _ Jason. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Owan, man. Tennessee. We'll see about Tennessee. Tennessee. They talking some peace, Jake. His name ain't no damn Jake. Jake. Let's protect the God. Most definitely. Dana Christian. We got to get up with you, bro. That's Dana, man. That's St. Louis. We got to get up with you. We got to get. I want to merge. You and Jay need to merge on a project with me. We finna start doing a documentary. We building a team anyway, so we do got to holler at you, Dana. What else we got? Yaki. If a woman is pregnant, should she take preventive medicine for the baby to keep from contracting? What they trying to give you? Progesterone? What they trying to give you? Is it progesterone based? Like if you really want to keep from contracting and you want to carry that pregnancy good, just go on an all raw diet while you carrying a child. Me personally, if it was me, I ain't no woman, but if it was me, I wouldn't take it. How do you get rid of infection in the body? You need bacteria to get rid of infection in the body. Because infection is not, see, that's the thing again. You can't, see, look at these words. So look, this is what they call infection. I'm going to say this, I'm going to get off of here, right? They call infection an overcultured population of bacteria. Why would bacteria be overpopulated in the body, y'all? I teach y'all this all the time. I've been teaching y'all this for 8 years. What's the point and purpose of bacteria in your body? What does it eat? What does bacteria consume in the body? Somebody give it to me. Who got it? What does bacteria eat in the body? What does bacteria eat in the body? Let's see. Let's see who's been listening. What does bacteria eat in the body? Because infection is nothing but an overcultural population of bacteria. They call it a bacterial infection. Well, why did the bacteria choose to be overculturalized in the body? That's right. How can I say your name? Direct Toru. It's to eat acids. So if you have an infection, meaning you have an overculturalized population of bacteria, that means you have too many acids in your body. Your body is in a state of acidosis. You're in a cationic environment. So in order to balance and bring in homeostasis, guess what's going to happen? The bacteria is going to be in there reproducing and populating for you won't die. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you antibiotics. Anti means against. Bio means life. So they're going to kill all the bacteria that was saving you. The worst thing you can do is get on antibiotics. The best thing you can do is go on an all raw fruit diet and get on my geogenetic therapeutic package and make sure you get a couple of my 3 bitters off the website, because that's going to actually reproduce the good bacteria you need and it's going to bring everything to a proper balance. The worst thing you can do is antibiotics. I'm going to be in California next month. We got 2 events in California next month. I'm going to give y'all all the details to that. We won't be in Jacksonville, Florida, but we will be in Florida. I'm in Florida like every weekend. Florida, that's second home, ain't it, Jay? Yes, yeah, man. We be in Florida. Florida, my second crib. Atlanta. We coming back to Atlanta. I'm finna be in Atlanta permanently, too, so. But, I'm a St. Louis baby. St. Louis raised me. That's home right now, man. I ain't gonna lie, boy, moving. I've been getting real butterflies, like, because I guess St. Louis is all I know. Even though I travel the world and I'm always out of town and stuff. Like, leaving from St. Louis just, that comfort zone, man. But I'm going to finally do it. I'm going to bust the move, man. So, yes, we most definitely finna be permanently in Florida and permanently in Atlanta. And we moving the business to Atlanta, too. So, we're going to have a healing home, a storefront, and everything out there in Atlanta coming very, very, very soon. So, very soon. So we is going to be stationary in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're going to have a spot in Florida. Talking to Joseph, I think it's going to be in Miami, Florida, though. You know what I'm saying? My favorite part of Florida is West Palm Beach, but it's either going to be Miami or Tampa, one of the two. Brickell, yeah. Brickell. Brickell, Florida is that deal, brother. Straight up. Come to Houston. We coming to Texas. Most likely it will be Houston, Texas that we coming to. 30-degree parallel. That 30-degree parallel is Cali. I don't know if we're going to be a Californication. I don't know if we're going to have a store out there, but we is going to be out there doing a few lectures and stuff on that 33 ley line. What you know about that 33 ley line parallel, man? Hey, they on here woke, bro. They on here woke. They heard no stuff I don't even be talking about for real. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love y'all wokeness, man. But look, peace, guys. I'm out of here. Peace to the guys. Peace to the earth. Peace.